Oh, viewers, here we are again. Shouldn't really be filming this car on this channel. It doesn't really fit into most of your formats. I know, it does fit into one of them. Welcome back to Contingency Reviews and this 2021 BMW 330e Touring XDrive plug-in hybrid. That was very long, wasn't it? But is it any good? Should you care? Let's find out, shall we? I have to say, the good citizens of East Anglia actually let me out of this BMW estate of a junction, so I'm grateful for that. The base engine available in this G21 BMW 3 Series Touring was a 1.5 3-cylinder with 154 horsepower in the 318i model. Now that no longer exists. The base model at the moment is the 320i, which is a 2-litre developing 184 horsepower. It's actually the same engine as in this 330e plug-in hybrid model, which still has 184 horsepower from the petrol engine, but has an additional electric motor to bring up to 252 horsepower in standard mode or 292 horsepower in fully electric mode. Above that, the 330i, which again is no longer sold in this country, 258 horsepower, and then the crazy M340i with 374 horsepower, which actually has standard XDrive. This is actually an XDrive model of a 330e as well. You can also get that on the 320i for some reason. Then if you want to go really mad above that, there's actually 3 different versions of the M3 Touring. One is 473 horsepower, the competition is 503 horsepower, and then the CS is 543 horsepower. There are also some diesels available, but as usual, due to controversial government legislation and all kinds of other reasons, we don't talk about diesels on this channel. So it's very smooth to drive. We're just in the electric individual mode. We can go into the hybrid mode now, which makes the display slightly different. If you want the full kind of performance experience and 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds, you have to go into the sports mode though. We've got extra boost on as well, which now gives me 292 horsepower. And yes, highly illegal speeds can be reached rather quickly. Let's just turn it back into electrics before we get the police interested in what we're doing in this car. Let's just put it back into electric. There we go, viewers. We slow down nicely. Yes, that's better. More sort of responsible motorist going on here. I've only got 17 miles of electric range though, which isn't particularly good. Apparently the car does 28 miles on electric power alone, which is one reason you buy a plug-in hybrid version. I personally would just sort of save my money and just get the standard 320i, which I've driven that engine in recently a G35 series, a 520i for 2020. This car's 21, that was just a year older, 2020, and that was absolutely fine. Mr. A, who owns this car, obviously didn't think it was fast enough. He drove the 320i, it wasn't fast enough, so he's gone for this one instead. Unfortunately, the car now qualifies as a luxury car tax, which is a bit of an unfortunate state of affairs. Never mind. Mr. A has asked me to cover up the plates of the car. The only reliable way to do this is actually to fabricate some of his own, which he has done. So there we go. No privacy infringement on this channel. I think this G21 3 Series Touring actually looks quite nice. Apologies for the wind noise, by the way, viewers. It's a little bit windy today. I think the shape actually is pretty good. This is a pre-facelift car. Facelift occurred in 2022, or life cycle impulse, BMW call it. Twin exhausts on this M Sport version of the 330e. Very rare to have an XDrive model as well. That's what Mr. A actually wanted. So that's what he got. The car's done 95,000 miles, which is crazy for a car from 2021. But there we go. Yeah, I think it looks all right. I mean, I prefer one in dark green with a beige leather interior, but I don't think such versions actually existed. But I suppose it looks good for a modern thing, really. BMW, of course, being the second best-selling brand in this country, they're not rare anymore at all. They're not, but people do like them, which is fine. Let's go in the boot and have a look. We've got some way here of trying to prevent this bumper being scuffed by loading dogs and other family items in and out of the car. Reversing camera, of course. Electric tailgate. Works fine. Got a BMW load liner. There we go. The dog has got his stuff in here. See if we can load this, lift that up and have a look. So the boot on this plug-in hybrid model is actually a little bit smaller than the standard one. It's 410 litres. The standard model is 500. Little compartment in there for a first aid kit or whatever you want to put in. I don't think there's any option for a spare wheel in these. It's, you know, it's a modern car. Often there isn't. Yeah, it looks okay. I mean, as I've been sort of actually discussing with Mr. A, who owns this car, the Kia Ceed estate is larger than this boot. Even on the standard one, which is 500 litres, I think that's 600 or something, the Kia Ceed or something like that. It's at least 550, not more than that. So if you're buying one of these cars, don't buy it for outright load capacity, because this isn't the biggest one at all. Something like a Skoda Octavia or Passat is much bigger than this. Let's have a look in the back. Let's go this side because got a child seat the other side. Well, actually, what? I'm not talking about the interior because this has been used as a family car, but what the heck is going on? There's no map pockets. What? This is really mean. I mean, you get tri-zone climate control, but you don't get map pockets, and these seats are not electrically adjustable. This car was over £40,000 when it was new in 2021. At least we get some nice large door bins, viewers, and let's have a feel of the plastic and see if it's all right. It is soft touch. Interior door handles feel okay actually. This vinyl's not too bad. I can't remember if this is actually real leather or it's Artica leather, but there we go. Let's pull this down, see if we get any interesting things here. Yes, we do. We've obviously had our cup holders well used in here as well. That's good. That's not broken yet, which is good. Yeah, fitting a child seat looks reasonably straightforward. I think these do light up. These little electric sort of blue things here, identifying the plug-in hybrid model. There we go. We've got all these sorts of different things on these two screens we've got. We'll have to look at those in a second, viewers. Headroom seems pretty good. I mean, this is an M Sport model. I wouldn't buy the M Sport because of this dark headlining for a start. I'm not really kind of you know, into that sort of thing, but the M Sports are very popular regardless of what engine you go for on a G20 or G21 in this case, 3 Series. Yeah, we've got some damped grab handles. We've got some damped ones. Yes, we have. Very nicely damped as well. That's for the luggage guard or dog guard. You can get one. It goes about there. Obviously, this says it's so small, I don't think you really need one. Unless your dog is really tiny. Like a Pekingese or something. Yeah, I suppose that's enough in the back. Let's sit in the front. Oh, viewers, sorry about this. Let's get inside and get out of this terrible wind. Right, take a pause here. Gosh, it is really blowing a bit of a gale out there, isn't it? Okay, so start stop buttons down here. There we are, ready to drive. Driver profile, because of other exciting things. We've got various driving modes. You've got electric, hybrid, and sport. The car defaults to electric, so as you can see here, or electric individual, it even tells my washer fluid is low. There's one problem with this digital display in front of the driver. If this goes wrong, it is £1,500 to replace. Ask Mr. A, who owns this car, how he knows about that, viewers. Not very good. Not very good at all. Right, so can we just go to home and just go onto the screen here. Right, good. So we've got BMW's iDrive system in here, which is really good, actually. I mean, later on, they just need to get better and better, in my opinion. Let's go on a car, or do we have to go somewhere else? Because you've got these buttons here we can use, or which might relate to that. Can we? Oh, there we go. We can go to car. See if autofocus will work. Driving information. Let's see actually whether that comes up with stuff like miles per gallon. 44 miles per gallon since April 2025. And miles per kilowatt hour. Actually, had miles per kilowatt hour on it. 11.1. That doesn't sound very good, viewers, to me. Sport displays. Oh, we've got pressures and oil temperature and Newton meters and kilowatts and things. Energy flow, obviously the car's not even on, so it's not going to display too much. We might have to come back to that later, actually. But yeah, you get the idea of how this sort of thing works. We can go back to home on here. There we are. We are somewhere in East Anglia. Yeah, the com. Let's see how that works. It's his telephone and everything. The only thing I'm wondering about on here is if we got Android Auto Apple CarPlay installed. Screen mirroring, okay. Mobile devices. Screen mirroring, no device. I'm not sure. Certain features on here you have to actually pay extra for in terms of renting them, like the heated seats often of these. You have to pay. You have to pay to have the heated seats activated per month. What? I don't think it was so much on these earlier ones. It was on the LCR facelift ones. I think that became a problem. Right, let's have a look at the secret permission document storage, viewers. Can't. There's lots of things in there. Let's leave that alone. Right, let's have a look at these sort of displays here. That's got wireless charging in there. Got cup holders, you've got USB-A, we've got USB-C port here. Yeah, we've got USB-C port down there as well. We've got both. I thought these cars only came with USB-C ports, but I'm pleased to be proven wrong because I don't have too many USB-C connectors myself anyway. Door here, we'll just open it. It's hopefully not too windy. It's a little bit cooler in here because it's 24 degrees today. It does feel all right, rather like the back doors. Got big door pockets. You've got electric everything. These controls look sort of old-fashioned now, don't they? These electric mirror and running controls. Considering you can still buy one of these G21s. What doesn't look so old-fashioned is this control panel down here. It reminds me of one on a BMW. Sorry, a Volkswagen ID3. But that's not touch, so it's a lot better. Obviously, you've realised that most people are going to put the car into auto lights most of the time. So we've got nice steering wheel, to be honest. Actually, it does feel good. I'm quite a fan of this steering wheel. Actually, I'm just not a fan of this display here, which had to be replaced at a cost of £1,500 whilst the car's out of warranty. Right, so if we turn it on a little bit, will that show us more? I don't understand about how this stuff all works. We've got this thing here, and this is for changing, I think, radio stations and things, but I can't remember on this how to actually cycle between various things. Obviously, we can change the mode. We can go with sport, which gets extra boost, which gives you the full amount of power. If you don't have extra boost, you only get about, I think it's 240 horsepower. Let's go into hybrid, which is like a normal mode, and then electric is what it defaults to. And this car's been configured in individual, as you can see. We can configure that if we want to. I'm just going to leave it alone, actually. I don't want to mess around with Mr. A's settings. Standard and Eco Pro. Eco Pros are BMW sort of going for ages. Extra boost gives you maximum electric drive and maximum combustion power. The engine's about 184 horsepower. The maximum you can get is about, I think it's 292 is the absolute maximum on extra boost. We're going to go back into electric. We've got an auto hold for the handbrake here, and then we've got battery range. I think that comes up as, there we go, 18 miles. Not great, is it? Apparently the maximum battery range on this is about 20 miles, which is not a lot. I think the WLTP figure was about 28 miles, which for a modern plug-in hybrid didn't sound like a lot, because it isn't. nice quality dashboard. The only thing is we don't get a sunglasses holder in here. I don't know where you're supposed to put your sunglasses at all. I mean, this is nice. I like this. Actually, considering this car's done 95,000 miles, it actually feels all right in here. Doesn't feel too bad. The fuel filler flap release is actually down there, and the bonnet release, you've got to pull that twice. So we'll have a look under the bonnet. I don't know if it'll be that exciting, but we will do that anyway. So yeah, standard 4-cylinder engine, of course with a plug-in hybrid system. Generates 184 horsepower, but you do get then the boost from the electric motor. Standard it would run at about 242 horsepower, then the extra boost mode is 292 horsepower. It doesn't look like it's too accessible in here. Obviously changing the fluids and things is fine, you can see that. I don't remember offhand, but I think this car's probably got an electronic dipstick. You can see where the battery terminal is here because the battery's in the boot somewhere. I wouldn't want to try to fiddle with this, but it's something I wouldn't want to do. Obviously, BMW don't really want their cars to be too serviceable anymore, so this one isn't. Right, I think it's time to go out for another drive, viewers. I gather this is a quick car. Because this is the XDrive version, and the standard one's a rear-wheel drive, this is all-wheel drive, it just feels really secure on virtually to the road. The ride's actually quite soft, considering that the SE and the Sport are different suspension with the M Sport model. I just go for an SE personally. It's good, but there's not loads of regenerative braking in this. There's not loads of that. I'd prefer a little bit more. I prefer it to be a little bit sort of more like a conventional EV in that way, and giving me a bit more regen. What do these paddles do? Is this for changing gear, or is this for... Oh yeah, that's for changing gear, it's not regen. Okay, we'll put it back into drive, because it's pointless having it in any other mode, really. There we go, back into drive. Yeah, it's quite pleasant, really. It's not the sort of monster you'd expect it to be in some ways. I mean, the performance is astonishing, really, whether you have got the extra boost on or not. And you know, if you do drive it responsibly, which this car basically encourages you not to do because of the look of it and the chassis balance being so good, then you would get some very impressive fuel economy returns, although nothing like the 100 miles per gallon plus that the official figures would say, because plug-in hybrids never get that kind of efficiency in day-to-day motoring. But yeah, the driving position is very good. It's a bit of a shame they don't fit electric seats to this car as standard, which I think is really mean, and you don't get the mat pockets. But there we go. Obviously a car that's been well used by a family for daily life. Steering wheel feels good. The cars don't actually feel too bad, considering it's done 95,000 miles in a very short space of time. You can feel a sort of third edge to the ride. That's pretty normal for BMWs, and it's not quite as bad as I expected, but certainly driving through this village, which does have quite a poor surface, I would just go for an SE personally if this were my car. But the M Sports are the ones people want, and so this is what most people would be experiencing in a G21. Let's look at some trim levels for this G21 BMW 3 Series Touring. Standard model is the SE, then you have the Sport and the M Sport, and the M Sport Pro Edition. The M Sport Pro, I think, the SE Pro and the Sport Pro. There's lots of options you can get with this. You can get adjustable suspension. This car doesn't have that. You can get electric seats. This car doesn't have them. And you can get parking assistance, which apparently is a bit useless, so we're probably not bothered with that. The car's made in a lot of different places around the world. Obviously Munich in China, which is mainly the i3 model, Mexico, Indonesia, India, Thailand, Malaysia, Brazil, and Vietnam, which is pretty crazy. Safety features on this car are quite extensive. It's got emergency braking, lane departure warning, driver recognition, adaptive cruise control, speed limit assistance, cross traffic alert, lane keeping assistance, wrong way warning, and steering assist. So very safe, and 5 stars when it was tested by Euro NCAP in 2019. So viewers, should you consider a G21 BMW 3 Series Touring? Well, they are a bit expensive. This car, when it was new in 2021, was over £40,000, and so it's in the luxury car tax bracket now. The base model, actually, of this car now, because the 318i has been dropped, the 320i is actually £43,000. When the car was this sort of era, sort of 2021, the car started at 33,000. So it's gone up by £10,000 in the last sort of 4 years. But obviously the base model's gone, so that's probably part of it. But they're quite expensive, viewers. Would I have one of these or a Kia Ceed-SW? I think I'd save my money and go for the Kia, to be honest. It's very nice to drive this car. It's very fast, and actually you can get some good fuel economy. But I'm a bit concerned about this screen braking. And also, well, do I need the extra sort of performance, the extra luxury? Probably not. Anyway, thank you ever so much, once again, for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment below. And we shall see you again soon for some more last-minute reviews.